The Coach Josh 23.1 strategy video. Uh, I've done this workout before in 2014. I do not know my score, so don't ask me. I would have to look it up. I do not remember. This is a time in my CrossFit Games career that I was realizing I was not as good as I needed to be to make regionals and the games anymore. So that's where I was. It was a dark place for me. That being said, the workout. So 60 cal row, on your 60 cal row, this should be like a dialed back pace a little bit. So the big thing here is big, powerful pulls and smooth return. You want to try to generate your 60 calories in as few as pulls as possible. So as a guy, most of you are powerful enough. For our males, like, you can pull 1 calorie per pull, and you should be working towards that every time. It's a rep game, right? So if I can pull 60 calories in 64 pulls, but you take 84 pulls, it took you 20 more reps to accumulate, or 20 more in and outs, okay, and reps on the body to accumulate the same amount of work. So I'm going to be as efficient as possible. The way that I do that is I keep my damper setting lower and my stroke rate down, much like your 2K row should have been today. So that's one. 50 toes to bar, or 50 hanging knee raises, or 50 sit-ups, whatever else it may be, based on your foundations, things like that. On the toes to bar, if you're someone that has capacity on the toes bar, you still want to come off the bar a little sooner than what you would expect. Now, mind you, here's the deal. I'm giving strategy for like our general population, okay? I don't think that anybody in our gym is going to the CrossFit Games. If you are, just keep me updated. Not to say that none of us are capable of it, but it's just right now, like, I don't believe that that's our number one goal. So there is some strategy for elite level performers that you're watching on YouTube do these workouts. And then for our general population, fitness goers, even if you're trying to qualify for quarterfinals, these strategies still apply. The strategy just change a little bit if you're thinking you're going to get muscle ups. So anyways, on your toe to bar or your hanging knee raises, even if you could go with big sets, you want to make sure that you go to manageable sets. So like, for example, this is one tactic I'll use. I'll break it into three sets, because I'm going to need to grip the bar again on my muscle ups. So I might go 15, 15, and 10, 5 or whatever, like I 10, 10 or whatever else. So I'll break it up, but I'll break it into a couple of sets that are manageable so I can continue to stay unbroken. What I don't want to have happen is that I do a set of 20 and then I have to come up the bar like every 5. Okay, that doesn't work. So I want to be smaller chunks, but be consistent with those chunks. Then you go to your 40 on your wall ball shots. Same thing. I might go, and this is where I was messing up my rep team, but I might go 15, 15, and 10. Could I go 40 unbroken wall balls? Yes. But I need to also then pick up a barbell at 135 pounds for cleans so that I can continue to hit the cleans consistently. I might not have any legs left to do that. And then I might not have any shoulders left if I hang on to my wall ball that long. So I would break up my sets even if I could go unbroken there, because I'm preserving energy for later on in the workout. The cleans. If you are using 25-pound plates or more, so RX female would use 95 pounds. You might have some scaled males using 95 pounds. But if you're using 25-pound plates or greater, number one, use the plates on the small side of the gym because they do not bounce as much. And I want to go one and drop on my cleans. It does our heart rate no good to go with unbroken, like multiple reps, because you're going to spike your heart rate before you have to go do another gymnastics skill. So unless you are up against the clock and you are like trying to get to the rings and the time is like dwindling down and you need to cycle reps faster to get over to the rings or over to the pull-up bar to get a couple of reps in there, that would be the only time I would suggest going to a touch and go where you're repping out. Now, if you're using 10s, trainers, or 15s, you cannot drop the weight even from your shoulders. You need to guide it back to the ground each time. So that may be more advantageous, but even then you want to set up for each rep. I don't know that doing touch and go high reps is going to be beneficial to your heart rate. So I'm going to use the 45 pounds bar plates on the small side of the gym, because when they sit, when they bounce on the ground, they just sit there. And I will clean it and drop it, clean it and drop it, and I'll just pick it right back up. But I'll just constantly pick back up. Okay. And then the last piece has a little bit of variability, because some people, depending on what their capacity is, say you're doing scaled and you're going to go chin over bar pull-ups, maybe you can get through 20 chin over bar pull-ups before you circle back around in the second round. If you're trying to go for muscle ups, maybe you're going to just like hope that you get to the rings to do one muscle up. Okay. Well, then your goal is your workout is met. Okay. And you have a tie break time actually when you get to the muscle ups, but your goal is to get to the rings with as much time as possible, so that you can have as many attempts at muscle ups as you could, or as pull ups as you could. But like for me, I know, I think at least, that I can get to the muscle ups, and I'm not going to finish 20 muscle ups. But my goal is just to get to the muscle ups with enough energy to do as many muscle ups as I can and minimize failed attempts. Okay. If you're someone that's like trying to get to that one rep or whatever else, or even if you get one muscle up or one pull up, do not try to go, like, and you've never done multiple pull ups in a row, don't try to then go to the next pull up. Come off the bar, rest a second, and go for another attempt. And you should rest as long as you need to get another successful reps. Failed reps, unnecessary failed reps, because we're just not resting long enough, it will just, it's all the work and none of the reps, like none of the benefit, no benefit to the score. So you want to make sure that you really work to get that secured rep in, and then rest as much time as you need to get to the next rep. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of my take on this. If for some reason you get back to the second round, now everything is just like, that's just butter. Like you're just throwing extra reps on there. The top athletes in the world today got through the rower. Some of them got into the toes to bar. You know, we might see some scaled athletes that are able to cycle back into that second round. Most of our RX athletes, if you're going after those muscle ups, most of us aren't. I don't think I'm making it to the second round. I don't even know what I scored in 2014, but I'm pretty sure I didn't make it to the second round. So anyways, that's kind of a breakdown there. Also, one other note on these movements, outside of mainly the high skill gymnastics, whether that's the chin over bar pull up, whether that's the muscle up for some people, remember that this is not a big enough deal to run the risk of getting hurt. So yes, getting a muscle up is really cool. Tearing your labrum or your rotator cuff is not. So remember that this is just a workout, and we always want you to be smart and be safe, number one. We all want to be challenged, and we want you guys to go after new heights, but I've also instructed our staff, like, if they feel someone is being unsafe or is at risk for injury, I have encouraged them to guide them away from those things, okay? Because that's what's most important. So I am so excited for this workout. I'm so excited to see everybody. We got a DJ tomorrow night, going to be dropping that beat, Big Ken. So look forward to that. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.